All right, this time I have Trooper. This is Stormtrooper. He's not really a bad guy, but we have Chewbacca and Stormtrooper, our two dogs. So we call this one Trooper, and he's also a little Shih Tzu. All right, today I am here reading to you chapters 57 and 58 of Flora and Ulysses. Chapter 57 is called Tootie to the Rescue. It was 2:20 a.m. The grass was heavy with dew. Flora was picking her way through the darkness. She was breathing heavy because she was carrying Mary Ann in her arms. And Mary Ann, for all of her pink cheeks and delicate features and excessive stupid frilliness, was incredibly heavy. Talk about stout, thought Flora. The criminal element. Can one reason with a criminal? This is debatable, but it is true that the rules of nursery school are often in good effect in the criminal world. What do we mean by this? We mean that if the criminal has something you want, then you must have something he wants. Only then is it possible for some kind of discussion to begin. There was nothing and no one in that Flora's mother loved more than that lamp. Together, Flora and William Spiver could find her mother. They would offer to exchange the little shepherdess for the squirrel, and then all would be well, or something. That was Flora's plan. But first, she had to find William Spiver, and she didn't think that it would be a good idea to ring Tootie's doorbell at 2:20 a.m. William Spiver, said Flora, and there she was, standing in the dark, holding an unlit lamp and hoping that a temporarily blind boy would hear her call his name and come to help her rescue her squirrel. A squirrel who, for a superhero, sure did seem to need a lot of rescuing. Things were pretty grim. William Spiver, she said again, William Spiver! And then, without really intending to, she started saying William Spiver's name over and over, louder and louder. William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver! There was no way he would be able to hear her, of course. She knew that. But she couldn't make herself stop. She just stupidly, idiotically, hopefully kept saying his name. Florabelle? William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver, Florabelle! William Spiver, William Spiver, William Spiver, Florabelle! And then there he was, standing at a darkened window, conjured apparently by her need and desperation and her words. William Spiver, or at least a shadow of William Spiver. Oh, said Flora, hello. Yes, hello to you too, said William Spiver. How lovely it is for you to visit me in the middle of the night. And there, William, and you can see the shadow of the moon. And there's Flora with the lamp, Mary Ann. And of course, boys and girls, when books say questionable things, we don't repeat them. There's been an emergency, said Flora. Oh, wrong kid. There's been an emergency, said Flora. Right, said William Spiver. Just let me put on my bathrobe. Flora felt a familiar prick of irritation. It's an emergency, William Spiver. There is no time to waste. Forget about your bathrobe. I'll just put on my bathrobe, said William Spiver, as if she hadn't said anything at all. And I'll be right there, wherever there is. It is shockingly difficult to even locate the most obvious things when one is temporarily blind. The world is very hard to navigate when you cannot see. Although, to be perfectly frank, I've had trouble navigating the world even before the advent of blindness. I've never been what you would call coordinated or spatially intelligent. It's not even that I bump into things. It's more that things leap out of nowhere and bump into me. My mother says this is because I live in my head as opposed to living in the world. But I ask you, don't we all live in our heads? Where else could I possibly exist? Our brains are the universe. Don't you think that's true, Florabelle? I said this is an emergency. Oh, well then, I'll just put on my bathrobe and we'll sort it all out. Flora put Mary Ann down on the ground. She looked around wildly in the darkness. What was she looking for? She didn't know. Maybe a stick that she could use to hit William Spiver over the head. Florabelle, Ulysses is gone, she screamed. My mother kidnapped him. I think my mother is possessed. I think she might hurt him. Do not cry, she told herself. Do not cry. Do not hope. Do not cry. Just observe. Shh, said William Spiver. It's okay, Florabelle. I'll help you. We'll find him. And then the light in William Spiver's room came on, and Tootie said, What in the world are you doing, William? Looking for my bathrobe. Tootie to the rescue. The words appeared above Tootie's head in a neon sort of brightness. "Tootie!" shouted Flora. "It's an emergency! My mother has kidnapped the squirrel!" "Flora?" said Tootie. She stuck her head out the window. "Why do you have that awful lamp?" "It's complicated," said Flora. "Again with the lamp," said William Spiver. "What in the world is the meaning of the lamp?" "My mother loves this lamp," said Flora, "and I'm holding it hostage." "Desperate times call for desperate measures," said Tootie. "That's right," said Flora. "It's an emergency. I'll just get my purse." Chapter